What's up, world? Mikey D here, coming at you with my Factorio overview. So, last time I was showing off a bit of the crazy rail network that I had gotten myself up to. We launched a platform into space. We were trying to figure out space platforms. Who? Space platforms. My goodness. And new planets? Ugh. Yeah, kind of nuts. Kind of nuts. Let's talk a bit about what we've been up to here. I have significantly expanded my logistics network. The main reason for that is the neighbors, they keep calling. And no matter how many times we've told them we are not interested in Amway, they just won't leave us alone. So we've had to shore up our defenses a bit, right? And we've had to make sure that we have good logistics network coverage because they keep coming by and messing with our turrets and our walls and everything else. It's just a mess. Anyway, uh, so we've really beefed the entire thing up. We don't really need to worry much about the neighbors at this point. We have flame turrets and lasers and all sorts of other goodies protecting most of the entrances. Like for instance, we're a little light over gear in spots. It's okay because there are ways off. There's really not much in the way of pollution getting over to these guys, but like here comes a whole pile of bad guys. So they show up, they try and chew through the walls. Guns take care of them, robots take care of the walls, and there we are. Right? So we've had all this we'll say enhanced. We've been enhancing. But the funny thing is, I was doing most of this while I wasn't even around. I was just having the robots do it all while I was somewhere else. And the main place I was at was Vulcanus. So I have figured out space platforms for the most part. I got white science. This is the normal space science coming in, hot and fresh. I even had some metallurgy science that I made on Vulcanus. So the nice thing is we don't need to travel to Vulcanus to check it out. We can just do it straight from the map. Now you can only see where there's like radar coverage. I think I only have the one radar dish here, but at the very least, it gives us the opportunity to have some overview, right? So we have sulfuric acid set up. It just comes out of the ground. You pump it up like crude. We have pipes set up to pump in lava. This I should have read the tutorial steps a little closer, but basically you're pumping lava up. You're putting lava into these furnaces. These furnaces are outputting molten copper or molten iron, depending on which recipe you're using on the furnace. And then that molten metal is getting turned into all sorts of things. So you can turn molten iron straight into gears, into plates, into pipes, underground pipes, steel, concrete. Concrete takes a little bit extra stuff. Poles. So I went through and I, at the very least, set this up to be basically automated. All of this hot and fresh copper and whatnot, you just need a little bit of calcite and lava. And the lava's free and the calcite is super plentiful and you barely use any. It's just so good. The only thing you have to pay attention to is you have to get rid of the waste material. So you'll see, like, slowly moving up here. But there's a lot of just stone produced as a byproduct of this process from the calcite and probably from the lava as well. You got to make it go somewhere. Well, I'm just dumping it back in the lava. Yeah, you can totally just set up inserters and insert that stuff right into the lava and just poof, away it goes. So we've got all sorts of resources set up here. We're making circuits, we're making electric engines, we're making more furnaces. Ooh, we have filled that up here. Let's make even more furnaces. We got basic coal liquefaction going on. We have, this is, what is he? Tungsten, yeah. So we have a new resource here, tungsten. So we're making tungsten carbide, we're making tungsten plates. Those two things get turned into metallurgy science, which is what we got going on here. Metallurgy science is getting stored up in chests, so we can eventually ship it into space when the next rocket is ready to go. We've been making gigantic mining drills. Yeah, Vulcanus, pretty awesome. There's a lot of interesting stuff you're able to do here, and like the tech questions that you're trying to answer are fairly straightforward, right? How do you turn the lava into resources? How do you kind of bootstrap enough resources to be able to do what you need to do, right? Like I have like a mini mall going on over here. And just generally making enough stuff so you can get started out. You'll notice like there's these red areas. These areas have gigantic worms in them. I killed off one worm so I could mine some tungsten. Right? I could probably tap into this second thing. I'll probably have to take out a second one so I can get to extra calcite, but man, this calcite's going to last me forever. This coal is also going to last me a long time. So, not super urgent right away, but these worms... Oh yeah, I think this is the worm and that's the worm. The worms are kind of annoying. You have to kill at least one, and honestly, the best way to do it is just a mountain of turrets and just have the worm run into it. It's not too hard, it's just weird, right? Oh, here's a worm. He's running close enough that you can see him. 30,000 health. He has pretty decent size physical resistance, right? That physical 5/50%. The first 5 physical damage he just ignores, and then the rest he only takes half from. The poison is interesting. Like, you could probably poison these guys. But yeah, these guys, they just kind of tool around in their own areas, right? They stick within their borders. You just kind of bebop around a bit. And then in order to build anything within their borders, you gotta kill them. It's a shame, but, you know, it's fine. Vulcanus is one of those planets where it lends itself to mega overproduction. Once you get metallurgy science, you are able to get cliff explosives, you're able to get artillery, you're able to get even faster belts. Very interesting. So it unlocks a weird variety of stuff. You get low density structure productivity. So you just have basically free productivity modules in your low density structures. It gives you an extra 10% as a base. Yeah, similar to mining productivity or the steel plate productivity. All that is steel plate productivity, low density structure productivity. I think there's other productivities. All those are new for space age, and it's kind of cool that you get these techs that just make things a little easier to do over time, right? Anyway, so we have Vulcanus going on. We got tech and just extra iron coming in. Let's look at the space platform. So this was the one that I was trying to figure out at first. And this is where we ended up. We have accumulators. I don't know if we need the accumulators, but they help with the random power spikes. You see I have one power pole in here. Just makes it so it's a lot easier to just pull up the power grid and see what's going on. But in here, we are making rocket fuel and rocket oxidizer. This platform is suitable for going back and forth to Vulcanus or back and forth to Fulgora, right? The other platform is specifically for space science. That is the entire purpose of this bad boy. He's got big grabby hands all the way around. That's what these guys do, is they reach out and they grab the asteroids as or asteroid bits as they're floating by. So they got big grabby hands all the way around, that they have the ability to crush up those asteroids into all sorts of different component parts. Looks like we're running low on ice again. That seems to happen quite a bit. Oh well. And yeah, it's just coming along. When you have more asteroids and more resources available, you're making things a little bit faster. Right now, it's going a little slow. But we have it set up to automatically deliver space science packs and iron ore to the planet. You get iron ore pretty much, or is it iron ore? What is this? What are you? What are you? You are iron ore. Okay, it is iron ore. I was forgetting what they were calling it in this game. Anyway, you get iron ore from crushing up asteroids. And, well, you need iron plates for your space science, which is, we're taking the iron ore, we're running it through some furnaces and then making iron plates, and those iron plates are going over here. Well, you need iron plates for your space science. You don't need iron ore, so you end up with excess iron ore. Well, what I have going on here is, as the iron ore is getting crushed, you have a chance of the asteroid chunk spitting out an asteroid chunk. It's kind of rare that it does, but there is that percentage chance. So as it's crushing iron ore asteroids, it's making iron ore, and it also occasionally will just make another chunk. Well, if it makes another chunk, it goes back onto the loop, and we'll come back around and get processed again, right? The iron ore goes into the furnace stack. Well, if the furnace stack is all full, then the iron ore comes looping along here. It merges onto the same belt as the science is coming off of, and then gets loaded into the main hub here. This main hub only has so much storage space, but it has enough, and it's where you have to bring resources if you're going to bring them down to the planet, or if resources are coming up from a planet, that's where it comes in. So we have this platform. It has more than enough energy production, right? Even at max consumption, right? It was pulling in 24, and we can make 28. So I have more than enough energy production. I don't need energy accumulation because I'm never spiking energy costs. It's just, if everything's running full out, I'm still in energy budget. I'm fine. And because it's all solar, I don't need to worry about it running out of resources. And because it's pulling in asteroids, just pulls in asteroids however fast it pulls in asteroids. See, you got a couple little chunks coming in. It'll go fast or slow. It'll go at whatever speed it wants to go at. But it's just going to be constant. It's going to be constantly making this white science. I don't need it to go faster. It's fine. And that constant production of white science is coming in here, and it is quickly stacking up. You see, the iron ore is coming out here. I have stack filters, or stack inserters and filters going on. So, white science going out the top, iron ore coming out the side, plenty of iron ore storage, and it's just getting fed into the main belt. getting turned into stuff, right? All that iron, all that steel, all these resources that we need to be making all the time. So it's coming along. Looks like I need to expand out my white science storage, though. Mm-hmm. Perhaps... Perhaps we need to start investing in a different way of doing this. But for now, we'll just add some more stacks. It'll be fine. There. So, when this one fills up, which is pretty soon, that one will fill up. Yep, we got plenty more storage to go. So we'll be able to store, basically 10,000 times 12. So 120,000 science here. That's a pretty good amount of science storage. And we are using it, right? I'm researching more physical projectile damage. We got some more laser damage queued up. We'll have some mining productivity in there. We do have it queued up. It's gonna get there. Let's actually see about expanding out all of our science storage. So instead of just 3, let's go to 6 if we can. This looks like it needs to just get extended out and down. Okay. Then, no. Stop it. Go like this, and like this. There. And so we'll just double up our science storage, right? It'll be good. Let's see. Yeah. So we'll get all these up to 6. That's it for that side. We can get the green and the red expanded too? My goodness. Haven't thought anything about green and red science in about forever. No. There and there. There we go. So we'll start stacking up some more red and green science. We could increase our rate of production on it too. Man. Bold new world here. Let's make it happen. Okay. There we go. Change all these from assembly machine 1s to 2s, therefore increasing production speed. Military science. We forgot military science. Military science might be harder to stack up. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we don't have... I don't have room to add in a whole lot more when it comes to storage on the military science. I suppose we could add another set of these. We go like this. We'll stack it up that way. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Here we go. So we have expanded our science storage. We'll put the science in there. The unfortunate part about the number of different sciences going on is you either have to do like complicated belt weaving or you start running into this like double feeding sort of thing, which is what I have going on here. Does make it a little bit more complicated overall. It is working, but like this one and this one don't always do anything just because of how I have this set up. So I could rearrange a bunch of stuff and make it work. I just haven't. Anyway, science, good enough for now. We're making a decent amount of science. 89 science a minute is not amazing, but it's enough. It's enough. And that's actually, that's not even how much you're making. I think that's how much you're consuming. We have fancier productivity modules on here because getting free science resources over time is definitely good. Yeah. And we'll just keep stockpiling this science. Need to figure out probably a better way to stockpile this because we're snuggled awful close in here, aren't we? Maybe if we push this way back and expand it out. But yeah, this is what I have been doing, is trying to get a little bit more out of my existing stuff, making sure that the space platforms are working out well. My next thing, I think I'm going to go back to Vulcanus and like really expand this out. Like get a bunch of cliff explosives, explode all of these cliffs, tap into more resources, and just go bonkers here. Because really, with infinite metal is essentially what this is, right? Infinite metal. You could turn this whole planet into a thing that's supplying all the other planets if you really wanted to. Now, I'm not saying that's smart per se, but you could do it. You could just be crazy here. You have iron, you have copper, you have the ability to make oil and plastic. I mean, it's all a growing boy needs, right? So, yeah, I think that's going to be next on my list. This is obviously not going super fast. I'm starting to run into like the thinky brain challenges, right? There's a lot going on for each planet. Each planet has a unique sort of challenge to it. Vulcanus is probably the most straightforward. Figure out the lava, figure out the unique production chain, kill a giant worm or three, and you're good. You're good forever. When you're thinking about Fulgora, which I have no view of, unfortunately, Fulgora is lightning and craziness. Just reading through the description, they're like, yeah, you need lightning towers, you need this, you need that. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm really not ready for that right now. And then Gleba is all about organics and building up these organic production chains, and the fact that things will spoil on you and all sorts of stuff. It's just, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on for each planet. So I think each planet, kind of, with Space Age at least, presents a unique difficulty, which is awesome, but it's almost like playing a series of Factorio games in a row. And there's some nights where my brain ain't up to it. But anyway, here is how things have been going on my Factorio run so far. You see periodically this notification popping up that the natives keep getting restless. Yes, yes. They don't appreciate the amount of pollution I make or the fact that I've pushed as far as I have into their borders. But you know what? They can just deal. On that note, I think that's it for today. We'll leave you here, and I hope you have a good night. See ya.